Hey, are you bored in BeamNG Drive? Well, I have 12 things you can do to cure your boredom, starting off with scenarios. Scenarios are really fun, and you can just find them in the BeamNG More section. And they're filled with like all of these races, police chases, jumps, you've got a demolition derby, jumps, car deliveries, all of these are really fun, and they're just basically in the name. It's a scenario that you have to complete. Number 2, the challenges. It's pretty much self-explanatory. Challenges are challenges. You basically gotta just complete the challenges, like maybe a delivery, that are pretty fun to complete. Number 3, rally. This is experimental, but it is really, really fun. I'm just gonna kind of show you what it's like, because it really is breathtaking. We're gonna do the Rally North. Alright, now that I am loaded in, I'm just gonna press start, and I'm gonna show you what it's like. So first of all, you gotta back out, and there's gonna be this like little arrows. Basically, you're just gonna follow them, and it's like really cool because it has these like little things to do, right? Basically it says like slow down or turn left. There's a time card, so this thing is like really cool, and there's many.
Over crest, 150.
Yeah, I'm not really good at rally, but it's fun. Okay, so the new gameplay selector is basically everything, challenges, scenarios, and campaigns. It's basically like all of them isn't just one like screen. So, these definitely can cure your boredom. You can also do the time trials, which is number 5. So basically, you can select any vehicle you want. So I'm gonna pick the Charrier. I'm just gonna pick kind of like one that looks the coolest, just classic, Then you can pick your map. So I'm just gonna pick with this one, whatever, doesn't really matter. Then the layout, which I already picked, I guess. You can also do some settings. So reverse, I'm gonna put no. Rolling start, I'm gonna put no. Laps, I'm only gonna do 1. And you can also set the time. I'm gonna do sunset. Alright, now that we're loaded in and we have our beautiful car, we're gonna start up this little lap time trial. And you can see it counting. Physics are nice because it's like you have the clutches, the brake, and the bottom left you can kind of see what's going on. Alright, so we're gonna move on. Okay, next we have Garage, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's basically like you have your car, and you can just customize it however you want. So for instance, for the Gavril B series, this is what the normal truck may look like. Let me get it set up. This is pretty much the truck everyone knows and loves, the classic Gavril B series. You can turn this car into this. I mean, quite the change there. I mean, you know, you can really customize your own vehicle and truly make it your own. Moving on to bus routes. This one, I used to love these, especially when I was starting. I even made my own city bus, right? So, I'm just gonna select any map. I'm gonna do West Coast, right? Can't go wrong with a good West Coast. Now, I'm not gonna finish the entire thing because, to be honest, they do kind of take a little while to do. So, anyways, I'm just gonna show you kind of what it's like. Alright, now that we're loaded in our beautiful bus with our beautiful passengers, as you can see, I'm doing so well. Anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and start it up, and basically, you just gotta follow the arrows. Now, I'm not gonna really, go too light on these passengers, but it's pretty self-explanatory, right? You stop or pick up people at the stop, and basically, you just kneel the bus, open the doors, yeah, they're okay. Now, we're gonna do the light runner track. Now, I'm just gonna press play to the normal settings, but it's basically a track in like a really, really cool map. And I'll have to, you'll see the map, it's really cool. Okay, so the next one is the track builder, but you have to go to free roam and go into the grid small map. We're basically going to click the track builder, and basically what that does is it kind of pops up this little tool right here. You can start the track builder here, and as you can see, it's kind of what it's done. I'm just gonna get the car out of here. Yeah. Okay, now that's out of the way. Basically, this is your little track, and you can set the banking and everything. If you click this little blue, it'll add just a normal straight pathway. You can also make it turn, and it's really, really cool. You can also control the height. So if you want like maybe some jumps, oh wait, whoops, like maybe I want a bump right here, right? You can do that. This you can, and then change the width, the height, the banking, and overall it's really fun. We can also test it, so we're gonna go ahead and test it out. This is not the best track, but you know, you can kind of get an idea of what you can do. Moving on to quick start experiences. Basically, I mean, this is kind of like the challenges and scenarios and campaigns. Instead it's a little more like a tutorial, I should say, kind of like a tutorial almost. So you can do forklift folly. You like stack cars with a forklift. Logging around, you just basically move logs into a truck. Accidental rock slide, you dump rocks over the side of the cliff. Pretty fun to kind of learn the machinery control. Lots of races and, you know, just kind of challenges and stuff. There's also some limousine test drives, destruction props, off-road trails, blender bowl. The new player experiences, like I said, it's kind of like a tutorial almost. Leisurely drive, off-road trails, open track day, prop destruction, traffic mayhem. You know, all of these are kind of like the tutorial. Next, we have career mode. Now, it kind of looks like you can't really click it, you can't access it, but if you double click it, and you say, yes, I'm buckled up and ready to go. I already have mine saved, but for someone that's new, you click the plus. So, I'm just going to go ahead and click the plus. Alright, so now that we're loaded in, it's going to show you kind of this, like, welcome thing. But you load in, and right now you're basically the unicycle. So, it's gonna kind of show you these objectives, and I'm just gonna go ahead and enter my car. I can switch the camera mode, as you can see. We're gonna do orbit because it's the normal step, and it's gonna pretty much just go through the objectives, main objectives. And now we're gonna start driving. I'm just gonna drive around, you know, willy-nilly. Now it says to crash your vehicle. Okay. Now, something to keep in mind is that this is very good if you're starting the game. So if you're new to the game, I would definitely recommend you start with this. Upgrade your cars, and you're gonna buy better cars as you go on when you get more money from just driving around and doing the tasks. Try not to crash too, because it does cost money, and gasoline costs money too. So it's definitely like the real deal. As you can see, if I want to refuel, it's gonna cost some money. So I'm just gonna press pump fuel, and you can see this is our amount of money. And as the gasoline goes up, the price goes up too. I'm just gonna stop right here. I'm just gonna because I don't need a full tank of gas. But you gotta get the point. You're just gonna kind of keep doing these objectives, and trust me, I don't think you could really get bored in career mode. Moving on to the last one, which is mods. So basically, you can just go into the repository, and you can search up all of these mods. And as you can see, there are quite a few mods, right? And there's all kinds of mods. You can see like cars, planes, props, boats, literally anything you can think of, there's a mod for it. But I will be honest, the repository isn't the best for like cars and vehicles. So if you really want vehicle mods, because trust me, they're really fun, you're going to open up to Modland, and you're gonna click the first link, and you're gonna click BeamNG Drive, and there's all kinds of mods. There's about this many mods. There you can get boats, buses, cars, excavators, maps, motorcycles. You know, the list is endless. There's even planes that are actually flyable. You can fly these planes. And I'm just gonna kind of show you guys how to download these mods, because, you know, they can be kind of hard to understand. So you're just gonna scroll down until you find a mod that you want. I'm gonna do the Strato HMX 105, and you're gonna click it, view mod, and you're gonna scroll down. And now be very careful, because there's gonna be a lot of pop-up ads, and you do not want to click them, because they can be open to viruses. Alright, so you're gonna see a external download link. If you do not see this, there might be, like, if you scroll down a little more, there might be like a little, like, late PDF file of the download. You can just click that. But if it says modsfire.com, which is like I recommend you get a mod on Modsfire, because it's one, the easiest and most trusted. So I'm just gonna click the link, and you're gonna click continue to external link, or an external site, and it's gonna do a little verification, and you're gonna wait, because there's gonna be all these ads that pop up, right? And they're pretty annoying. But you're gonna click the generate link. Make sure you don't click anything else, like any of these. You're gonna click generate the link, and then you're gonna click download link. And now what it may do is it may like refresh the site, and when you hover over the download, you can see it doesn't have that little mouse clicky thingy on your cursor. Now trust me on this. You're gonna click download, and then you're gonna quickly press the X, because it's gonna open a tab. But don't worry, because it's not gonna do anything. I promise. Because then you're gonna just click the download. It's gonna do it again until you can do it. You can click the download. It's gonna start the download. As you can see, it's Strato HMX. I'm just going to open up Steam into BeamNG Drive. Right click on BeamNG Drive, manage, and browse local files. Then you're gonna click content, and then you're gonna click vehicles. And now what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna come over here, go to your downloads file, because we had this from downloading the mod. So this is the mod, and this is the files of BeamNG Drive. So now that you have your mod and you're in your content vehicles, I'm just gonna scroll down, or it doesn't really matter, I guess. You're gonna drag this over here, and you're gonna kind of put it in this like little side, and make sure that it says move to vehicles. So if you have it over here, you know, you can't. So I'm just gonna do move to vehicles, and as you can see, it's right here. Now you're just gonna close these files, and now I'm gonna stop playing games right now, and then I'm gonna reopen it, and it should be in there. So I'm gonna hit play, launch. Alright, now that we're loaded in, I'm just gonna show you, I'm gonna open up the grid map, and if we kind of scroll down, we can see the mod right here is right here. I'm gonna do this one, and we're gonna start the free run. Of course it does. Right? Of course it has crash physics. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I cured your boredom.